Hello, let's take a look at my bearish and bullish scenarios for silver. We start with the bullish scenario on the 3-monthly chart, where we are counting this as a wave 1, WXY into wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a lower degree wave 1. After that, we are counting this as a wave WXY into the same lower degree wave 2. 1, 2 of an even lower degree, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 5, and so on, looking for way higher prices. And the other scenario is a bearish scenario, because as an Elliottian you need to have both one bullish at least and one bearish scenario. Here we are counting this as a wave 1 or A, WXY into A, B, C, W, WXY into wave X, A, B, C to finish wave Y and finish wave B. After that, we are looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave C to take out this low, forming an expanding flat. So A like that, WX, and then Y into wave B. So A, B, C. Which one of these have the highest probabilities? If we start with the bearish scenario, which we have here, this doesn't break any rules, and it's very important not to break rules when doing the Elliott Wave counting, but it doesn't really adhere to the guidelines. So if you look here at this move, that you can see that wave C here moved well beyond this fib target 423.6, which is very uncommon for a wave C to be that long. It is, some people say it's 261 something is the maximum target, but yeah, 423 is very extended for a wave C, which lowers the probability for this scenario. After that, it is perfectly viable. The only issue here is that we have a lot of 1, 2, 1, 2s, and then we need to have 3, 4, 3, 4, and so on, and not touch this, the 161.8 expanded flat wave B invalidation. That is here at 264. So if we, the issue as I mentioned, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, meaning that we need to have 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 5, 4, 5, and so on without reaching this top, which can be a challenge because we haven't really got any 4 5s so far. So yeah, that is something to look out for. And also this is the most probable target as I have written. You can see here, this is the 138.2 fib, which is a very common target for a wave B in an expanded flat. And the 161.8 is, if you go above that, that is extremely unlikely that it is an expanded flat. So that's why this invalidation for this scenario basically is taking out this high. If we move on then to this, the main count, and focus on this, the recent structure here, you can see that, or if we look at this, so this is a lower degree wave 1, meaning that this is a lower degree of this. So this is a higher degree, meaning that this needs to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to complete wave 3 of this higher degree. I don't really know how to explain it better. It's just Elliott Wave rules, but it's like a Russian doll, you know, you open them up and there's a smaller doll inside. So that means we need to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth before we see an end to this move. And after that, we have even more lower degrees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. We need to finish that one, and we need to finish this one, and so on and so forth. This is an extremely bullish count. So if I zoom in on the 2-week chart here, you can see that the recent price action here, this is a 1, 2. It can't really be anything else. with this count. But here, 1, 2, 1, 2, you could argue that this is a 1, and then you have WXY here. It is possible to count like that, meaning that we are eliminating one of these 1, 2s, meaning that we are expecting one less 3, 4s and 4, 5s and so on. But it can easily be 1, 2, 1, 2 and so on because it fits very nicely in the proportions. So does that really matter? Well, not really, because what we're looking for now is basically wave 4s and 5s, 4s and 5s, and we are investigating these 4s. Are they looking really impulsive, like a 5-wave move down and a three-wave move up? Well, then it's time to exit and wait until price has shown us a better pattern basically for an entry to join the upgoing trend. So if we look here at these 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as I have written here, could you argue that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yes, absolutely. It doesn't break any rules, but I tend to stick with this. I want wave 3s to at least hit the 161.8 for me to consider them being wave 3s, unless we have some very, very different proportions. That is why I have all of these 1, 2s and so on. Could I be wrong? Yes, absolutely. But as I mentioned, it's much easier to check wave 4s. Are we heading down in a hard movement basically, or are we in a sideways structure? Then it's more appropriate to join the trend here, and after that you connect this 4, 5 to one of these 1, 2s, and you basically exclude them one by one until you are done. So if we take a look at this move, because you can see here that we have reached the top here and now we are basically down here. If we zoom in on that on the one hourly chart, is this something to be considered being very impulsive downward? Well, here we are counted this move down. This is the highest peak, as I just mentioned. So AB 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into C, W, X, and then we have A, B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a double zigzag, meaning double X, Y in a double zigzag. The invalidation for this 1, 2, 3, 4 is this at 72.88. That means we are hitting 61.8, which is a very uncommon target for wave 4. It's not a hard invalidation, it's a soft invalidation, but I tend to use it as an invalidation. So here, this scenario is looking for a leading diagonal A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C, W, and then W, X, Y into wave X. And then we have either a expanding flat or a normal, regular flat or a triangle. And if we hit this, then it's a low probability for a deep double zigzag here at 78.9, meaning that it is a lower probability that we get like that and we go way, way down. So that is something to take into consideration. And then we also have this. All of these are bearish scenarios, but in the long run they are bullish, taking out this high because they are corrections. So here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Basically stacking 1, 2s, 1, 2s, and so on, looking for way lower prices. Invalidation here, same as this, wave 4. And basically taking out this is basically invalidating this scenario, which is the most bearish scenario. Because if we take out this, then the time here, you can see, if I do it like that, we are basically reaching above 4 and 5 fib time, which is very uncommon for a wave 2, meaning that this one and having the wave 2 here, so 1 here, 2 there, and then moving down, becomes a very low probability. Can it happen? Yes, absolutely, but it's a very low probability. So that is why I have that as an invalidation for this very, very bearish scenario. And then we have one finished ABC bullish scenario. So here we have leading diagonal A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave C, and then 1 ABC 2. And here, if we touch this, it's a low probability wave 2, and this is a validation for this scenario. Is this a Is this an acceptable impulse? Yes, absolutely. It doesn't break any rules, no overlap or anything. Is it a highest probability impulse? No. If you look at the volume here, you can see that we are lacking volume in wave 3, which tends to be the highest volume. So that is not really what you want to see. It's not breaking any rules, it's just breaking guidelines. So yeah, the probabilities for this, we are waiting for basically this, because that is a common invalidation for a lot of these scenarios. And one by one, we are looking for invalidating them until basically one is remaining, and that is where you are looking for, or at least I am looking for, joining the long position again, unless we get this, the super bearish. But then we need to have like a strong wave 3 with an increased amount of volume here for this scenario to be the highest probability. That was it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was helpful to you, and I also hope that you have a great day.